Welcome to another edition of Real Estate News You Can Use. I'm Ruben Austria, and this is Keith the Monster Carberry. What's going on?
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great, man.
Excellent.
Doing great. I couldn't be better, man.
Excellent.
Couldn't be better. You know, it's 2 weeks into the year.
You know, it's been a very, very, very busy season. I don't care what anybody says about the market. I personally am extremely busy on both the production of our program, which has been doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening and watching, and please continue to listen and tell your friends, and let it multiply, because once it does, things are going to happen.
Spread the good word.
Good things are happening.
Yeah, mortgage rates are down. People are refinancing.
It's 2008, and everything's great.
Making it great in 2008. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, you're here listening to this video podcast because you want us to review the news for you, save you some time, and you can do whatever you need to do.
Right? As you're talking about all that stuff, I'm thinking of other things, obviously, because that's what I do. But I was thinking how I was a financial planner in 1988 and 1998.
Right.
And I did the same thing. It's great in 88, it's great in 98, and it's even better in 08.
Wow.
How's that?
How about 88? How was 88?
It was fantastic. Now, I know I look like I'm only like a teenager and stuff, so...
How about 78?
78 was pretty good, too. I liked 78.
Yeah.
I had a good time in 78. I wasn't working very much back then, but I had a good time.
Okay.
I have a good time tying my shoes, so...
Yeah, we know. We know.
All right, dude.
All right. So, I'm going to start, because this is an article...
That really peeves you.
That really peeves me. Cleveland sues banks...
Cleveland rocks!
Foreclosures.
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
That's a pretty good show, by the way. Anyways, Cleveland sues banks over foreclosures. Now, I mean... The mayor of Cleveland said, we have to hold accountable those who are responsible. Okay? Now...
Do you think he really believes what he said? Do you think he really, really believes we have to hold accountable those who are responsible, and he goes after the banks instead of going after the people who got the bad loans? Now, don't get me wrong. I feel bad for the people who got the bad loans, but they were the ones that made the mistake.
They're the ones who signed on the dotted line, right?
Right.
I mean, regardless of, all these programs that the banks gave out and, all the people foreclosing and all the problems that we've been having, I mean, it takes two to tango, right?
Of course it does. And, obviously there are always, in every industry in the world there's always a bad apple, so I'm sure there were some mortgage brokers that did do some things that were a little off-center.
Yeah.
No, but I'm sure there's some real estate agents that did some things that are off-center.
I think the greater sin, if you want to call it a sin, is that you're buying a $500,000 home on a $40,000 salary, I mean... Does it make sense?
No, they knew what they were, for the most part they knew what they were doing.
I mean,
for the most part.
I don't know.
And to ask the banks, I mean, what are they? How many is Cleveland suing? 21 banks that they're suing. That's crazy, dude. That's mad scary, yo.
It's mad scary, yo.
It is mad scary, yo.
I don't totally agree with it. I mean, of course, I'm all about being accountable for your own actions and personal responsibility. So I don't know, but. You can read the article for yourself.
Dude, you're all about it.
I'm all about it.
You're all about it.
You can read the article for yourself at renewsyoucanuse.com. Keith, what else we got here?
We've got the Real Estate Journal talking about how, usually what happens when the market goes sour, the rental market gets stronger.
Right.
And in this market, there's an article by the Real Estate Journal, again, linked to renewsyoucanuse.com. Go to renewsyoucanuse.com and after you see our pretty faces, slide down a little bit and click the button if you want to get the details on it. But basically, it's talking about how historically the market is the rental market's stronger when the for sale market is weaker. But in this instance, that's not the case, because a lot of people, not only can they not sell their house,
right,
so they're changing and not being able to sell the house to renting their house. So now there's a big influx of rentals coming on, and they're discounting rentals quite significantly in many places. This one talks about a person in Florida, the discounting.
Yeah, I mean, 2,200 square foot, 3-bedroom townhouse with a pool and a playground for $11.50 a month.
What kind of a playground do you think it is? You think it's like this big, humongous thing like a McDonald's playground?
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be cool. Mommy, I want those balls.
I mean, but that's a bargain.
It is pretty
my
cool.
Gosh.
That's awesome. So so now there's an influx of renters. So not only they're saying is the retail market, real estate market slow, but the rental market is slow as well.
Right.
But on the positive side, people are finding good deals. And that's basically what they're trying to be positive about it. Listen, there's some really good rental deals out there.
Yeah, I guess it works out for everyone, though. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
you can't
it
buy a
does.
house, you can rent for cheap.
You know, that's why
Right.
a lot of people are saying that the Bush administration or the politicians should stay out of what's going on in the market. Let the market take care of itself and let
Totally
it work
agree.
it out. Because if they let it work it out, there are people who never thought they could buy a house will be able to buy a house. And you know, there's a lot of
totally agree.
positive to that. The only
Work.
downside of that is it may hurt the economy for a little while, and that's why I don't have too much of a problem with them stepping in a little bit.
Work it out.
Work it out. Can't we all get along?
Can't we all just get along? Oh, boy. All right. Wow. Okay, so this next article is going to hit home for all your compadres.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
The real estate agents are bailing out.
Yeah, they're out of here. Yeah, well, they're out of here. I think there's is there one particular nationality or group that's leaving too? I think
Everyone everyone with the last name Carberry.
they said it's O Carberry to you. Oh, Carberry.
This article is from MSNBC. It says as the housing market slumps, thousands of agents across the country are being forced to go back to their former careers or start looking for new ones.
Yeah, I mean,
That's crazy.
I knew it was happening. I saw that it was happening. I know a couple of people that were I used to work with that have left. I'm not going anywhere, but obviously, things have changed, and we're doing things differently to generate additional income within the real estate market.
Yeah, didn't I see you collecting cans outside my office? Get out of my trash, man.
I was just cleaning up the mess, man. You guys you're a slob, dude.
No, this is what kind of struck me the most. It says in Arizona, one of the fastest growing markets in the country, Remax 2000 closed 13 offices throughout the state, laying off 20 employees. I mean, so what this means is that even some of the best real estate agents
The trimming.
are trimming down.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Even the best are getting out of the market.
Yep.
So that really says something about how difficult it is right now.
Yeah, it is tough, and I did read in somewhere they were talking about that the Hispanic community real estate market is that they're also closing up big time too, more than the average, and I can see that's what happens.
Crazy.
When things change, you got to change with it. What's that awesome book? I don't know if you've ever read it. Who Moved My Cheese?
That's right.
The market's
that out.
changed.
Dr. Spencer Johnson. I remember that author.
So Who Moved My Cheese? You've changed the way that you're doing business from 6 months ago. I changed the way that I'm doing my business 6 months ago, and 6 months from now I may have to change it again. But you need to be creative and move where the industry is going.
That's right. You have to. I mean, these type of things happen all the time to weed out the people that can't change.
Right. And, I don't think it's time to sit on the sidelines much longer. I think it's time to get into the market and really seriously look into the market and buy. We had talked about that the FICO scores are changing, and if you're questionable about your FICO scores, well, then you're not going to be able to buy a house again. If you're questioning about what are the new fees that are going to be taking place in the mortgage industry, well, then you need to seriously think about buying a house. Really, there's a lot of savings when you buy a house too, and people forget about that. So,
that's right.
What if the market does come down 1.9% now, but ends up next year going up 8%? And you're still on the sidelines. You missed a 7% increase.
Golden opportunity.
You did. So let's see what happens.
All right. So for the full articles, to get your own opinion, if you don't like ours,
if you think for 1 minute you can create your own opinion, go to the articles.
Go to RE News. You can use. I'm Ruben Austria. This is Keith Carberry.
Slam it, dude.
Hey, make it a great day.
Bye-bye.
Take care.